Good morning, dear children. Let us start the class. We are going to continue to do the workbook of the chapter fraction 1. The topic for today's class is identify and compare like fraction. So children, you already know what is like, unlike and unit fraction. Okay, so fraction which have got same denominator are known as like fraction, different denominator than unlike fraction, and having one numerator is known as the unit fraction. Okay, so we will do the various questions given in the workbook. So let us start the class. So children, here I have taken 6 circles, okay, different in color, and I have divided into number of equal parts. So the first one is, I have not divided into any number of equal parts. So if I ask you, how will you represent the first figure, that is the yellow figure, in terms of numbers, how will you represent it? So it is 1, which represents the whole. Okay. The second is red in color. How will you represent in fraction? Okay. The second is 1 by 2. Okay, so it can be any part, so half. Okay, 2 halves are there. If there are 2 halves, so 1 half and 2 half will make the whole as 1. Okay children, the next is I have divided into 3 equal parts. Alright, so I can write in fraction as 1 by 3. If I take any one part from that, the next I can represent as 1 by 4 if I take one part out of the 4 equal parts. The next is 1 by 6 because there are 6 number of equal parts, and similarly the last is 1 by 8. If I have to take one part, okay, look at the red figure. If I have to take one part out of 2, then the fraction I will represent as 1 by 2. The next blue figure, out of 3, if I have to take 1, and if I ask how many parts I have taken and how will you represent in fraction, it is 1 by 3. Similarly, the rest of the figures are also same. Okay. Now, suppose the last one, okay, the last one, how many equal parts? 8. And I have taken 3 parts. How will you represent in fraction? 3 parts I have taken and 3 by 8. Now children, how to identify the like and unlike fraction? Okay, so here I have taken 2 figures. The first is square. Square I have taken 3, and one I have taken circle. 3 circles I have taken. Okay, so here in the first picture you can see the square I have divided into 4 equal parts. Similarly the second also 4 and the third is also 4. Now what we have to write? We have to write in terms of fraction of the shaded part. Okay, so the first is 1 by 4 because it is green in color, one part is colored, that means shaded. The second is 2 by 4 because 2 parts are shaded, and the third is 3 parts are shaded. Now if you look at the picture carefully, you can see 1 by 4, 2 by 4 and 3 by 4. All the 3 have got the same denominator. So if they have got same denominator, it is known as like fraction. Okay. The next is I have taken 3 circles here, and the circles I have divided into 2, 3 and 4 equal parts. Okay. The first one I have shaded 1 with the color pink. So what fraction it will be for the shaded part? 1 by 2. Similarly, the second I have divided into 3. So it will be 2 by 3. 2 parts are shaded pink. And the last is 3 by 4. Now if you look carefully, you can see 1 by 2, 2 by 3 and 3 by 4. The denominators are 2, 3 and 4. Okay, the denominators are 2, 3 and 4. Alright, so that means it is unlike fraction. Okay children, so in this way we can identify the difference between like and unlike fractions for any figure you can take. Alright, it can be a rectangle, it can be a triangle, it can be an oval shape. Alright, so children, remember one thing, same denominator like fraction, different denominator unlike fraction. Let us start the class. Here the first question is given. Observe the given figure and answer the questions that follow. The first question is given. The fraction represented by this color. What is this color? This is green color. Okay, is what? Now how will you write this color out from this figure in terms of fraction. So how will you do that? You will write the total number of gray parts. How many are there? 1, 2 and 3. Let me write here separately. Okay, so 3. Then the denominator will represent the total number of equal parts. Children, remember the total number in which the figure is divided. Here the figure is divided into many equal parts. So let me start counting from one side. Okay, so I will start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 equal parts. This is represented by this color. Okay, the green color. So can I see 3 by 12 here? Yes. So it is option number A. Let us go to the next question. Similarly, you have to find question number 2 and 3 by yourself. Okay, blue and orange color. So you have to count in that way and you write the fraction. Now question number 4 is given. The fraction of the parts not shaded in the figure is. Now which part is not shaded? How many before looking at it, how many equal parts are there? So there are 1, 2 and 3. And the question is asked not shaded. Alright. So how many are there? 1 and 2. So you find out the answer from here. 4 options are given. Question number 5, an unlike fraction of 1 by 7 is. Okay, now 1 by 7 is a fraction. You have to find which fraction is unlike to this one. 2 by 7, same, because 7 is having the same denominator. 1 by 7, same, because 7 is the same denominator. Similarly, 5 by 7 also same. So the unlike fraction is option number B, that is 3 by 14. Question number 6 you have to do by yourself. The fraction of the unshaded parts in the figure is, now remember here not shaded, unshaded. Okay, so how many parts are unshaded here? 2. And what is the total number of equal parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, fractions that have the same denominator are called like fraction. We already know that, same denominator. The fractions 3 by 9, 3 by 4 and 3 by 7 are unlike fraction. Children, not like fraction. You don't have to look at the numerator. The numerators are same. Look at the denominator to identify like, unlike fraction. Now question number 10 is given here. Identify the like fraction. So you have to find the like fraction. How will you do? You will write like fraction. Then you will write the answer. Okay children, so do by yourself. Similarly, question number 14 is also homework. Question number 11 is also homework. You have to identify that. Now the next question is find the fraction representing the unshaded part. So how many unshaded part here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 will come here. And how many equal parts? Let me count from one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 by 6. Similarly, question number 13 and 14 you have to do by yourself. What you have to identify the like fraction and unlike fraction. So how will you do that? You will write like fraction equals to an unlike fraction. So you write like fraction and unlike fraction. Same for question number 13 and 14. The next question is given here. Find the fraction of the parts not shaded in this figure. Which of them represent like fraction? Not shaded. Okay, that means unshaded, not shaded here. Okay. So I have done question A. Rest you have to do by yourself. So number of parts not shaded. How many parts are not shaded? In the first figure 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. One part is not shaded. So you write 1 here. Total number of equal parts. How many equal parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. So what is the fraction? The fraction will be 1 by 4. Children, why it is called equal parts? Because for a fraction, the object or item should be divided into equal number of parts. Okay. Similarly, you have to do B, C and D in this way. The next question is shaded. Find the fraction of the parts shaded. This question is being asked about shaded in this figure. Which of them represent like fraction? Okay, now here shaded part is how much? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 is shaded part. Equal parts how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be 4. So fraction will be 3 by 4. Now after finding A, B, C, D, we have to, which of them represent like fraction? We have to identify which of these figures is showing like fraction and which of them are unlike fraction. Okay children, so after getting the answer you only just write the like fraction. Okay, now you have similarly question number 15. Out of these 4 figures, after you got the answers, you choose which of them represent like fraction. So you can write any one. Okay, so as a hint I am giving you that A and C are equal and they will be representing the like fraction. Okay, so after finding out A, B, C and D, you can write figure A and C are like fractions. This question is question number 17A. Amit ran 3 by 4 and Sunil ran 2 by 4 of the same distance. Who covered more distance? Okay, so here the fractions are given of the distance covered by both Amit and Sunil. So fraction of the distance run by Amit is 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4. Similarly of the Sunil is 2 by 4. Now we have to compare, find out who covered more distance. So to compare, we are comparing the numerator. Okay, so 3 by 4 and 2 by 4, which is bigger? Obviously 3 is bigger. 3 is bigger than 2 since 3 is bigger than 2. Now we have to say who covered more distance. So Amit covered more distance. Alright. Similarly question number B also same. You have to find out the answer. Question number 18A. Samir ate 3 by 8 and BJ ate 4 by 8 of the same tray of cookies. Who ate more cookies? Okay, here also same you can compare. So fraction of the cookies eaten by Samir is 3 by 8 and fraction of the cookies eaten by BJ is 4 by 8. So we have to compare, since 4 is bigger than 3, compare the numerator. So 4 by 8 is bigger than 3 by 8. Who ate 4 by 8? BJ. So BJ ate more cookies than Samir. Okay, so BJ ate more cookies than Samir. Now the next question is, a rectangle is divided into equal parts. Some parts are shaded using different shades. Write the fraction of each type of shade in the rectangle. Compare the fractions. Write which shade is used the most and which is used the least. Okay, so this is a rectangular bar and it is divided into equal number of parts. How many equal number of parts? 16. So let me count if it is correct or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we have to find out 3 different colors are used. First is orange, then green, then pink. Okay, so I'll write here number of parts shaded orange. How many parts are shaded orange? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, and the fraction will be 8 by 16. That means out of 16, 8 parts are used to shade orange in color. Similarly for pink, how many are used? 1, 2 and 3. So it will be 3. So the fraction will be 3 by 16. That means out of 16, 3 parts are used to shade pink. The next is green. Number of parts shaded green. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what will be the fraction? The fraction will be 5 by 16. Now we have to compare these fractions, which is the greatest and which is least. Okay, so 8 by 16 is greater than 5 by 16, which is greater than 3 by 16. So when we compare, we always consider the numerator, isn't it? So if for the like fraction to compare, we have to take the numerator. So the greatest is 8 by 16 and the least is 3 by 16. Least means lowest. Okay. Now most used, which will be the most used? The orange color is most in use, that is 8 by 16. So you write orange. Okay. And the least used is 3 by 16. So you can write, where is 3 by 16? It is shade pink. So in the bracket you can write pink. Okay children. So in this way we can find out. This is a very interesting. Okay. So only you just have to find out the color and then you have to find out the fraction, compare them. Alright. And that is your answer. The next question is the equal parts of a circle are painted in different colors. Write the fraction of each color in the circle. Compare the fraction. Which color is used the most and which is used the least. Similar like question number 19. Okay. You can do in this way. Now question number 21 and 22 is given. So color each figure to represent the given fraction and compare them. So these figures are given here 3 by 8 and 5 by 8. So what you do, you divide this object into 8 equal parts. Okay, 1. Okay, then I'll divide. Children, use this scale when you are dividing. 2. Okay. Then I need how many shapes more? 4 more I need. So here one another and here is another. So how many parts I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly here also 5 by 8. So divided into 8 equal parts. Then you can color. You can use any of your choice. Arrange the following fraction in ascending and descending order. So this is like fraction, this is also like fraction. So what we have to do, we have to arrange in ascending and descending both for question number A and B. So ascending order we know smaller to bigger, descending order we know bigger to smaller. So children, these are the various questions we have discussed today, and the questions which I have given as homework, you can write it down in your workbook using a pencil. So children, I have taken 2 questions here. Okay, the first question is Veena ate 4 by 12 and Rima ate 6 by 12 of cookies. Okay, there are a certain number of cookies there, and Veena has eaten 4 and Rima has eaten 6 out of 12. Okay, the fraction are given here. So both are like fraction. Now you have to compare and find out who ate more cookies, Veena or Rima. Okay, so how you will do that? By comparing. Okay, so I'll ask, you can send me the answer in the Google Classroom. The next question is Ajay has cut a basket of apples into certain number of fractions. The fractions are those fractions: 2 by 8, 2 by 5, 3 by 8, 4 by 8, 1 by 3, 5 by 8 and 6 by 7. Now out of all these fractions of the apples, you have to choose the like fraction, the unlike fraction and the unit fraction as well. Okay children, so how will you do that? You know what is like fraction and what are unlike fraction as well as the unit fraction. The new words or the key words that you have learned today, like fraction and unlike fraction. Okay children, so these are the topics that we have discussed today. All the answers I'll be uploading in a Google Classroom after a few days. Till then you have to do the homework and you have to send me the answer. So for today's class, you can send the answer of the workbook in the workbook itself by writing it with pencil. And for the 2 questions, you can write in your copy. The questions I'll be sending in the Google Classroom, you can write it down in your maths copy. Take a photo and send it to me. I'll check whether it is correct or not. Okay children, so with this I conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day.